Pepe. But what about his alter ego? Born from pages 143 and 154 of Boys Club. Dripped in confidence. Powered by vibes. This is Peasy.
Hello, friends. You're probably wondering, what is David holding right now? I'm holding Apu Apustaja, the most used meme on the internet. But it's not just a meme coin. It's a community with real friends. Friends who have uncontrollable fun together. Friends who have unconditional love for each other. And friends who rally behind the frog 24/7. Because who would choose to win alone in life when you can win with all your friends?
Ha ha! We are back. Good evening and welcome to the nightly recap powered by the Gokhshtein News Network, your trusted source or choice for politics, crypto, and everything in between that makes you question reality. I am joined tonight by a spectacular, a controversial crypto figure, none other than Rice Crypto. What up, Rice?
What's going on, Hotep, man? Thanks for inviting me on the show, my friend.
It's good to have you here, man.
What is up with the voice, man? I'm like, listen to this thing, and I'm like, what is going on here? At first, I thought maybe you had a hoarse voice, but I could tell you're doing something.
Nah, I got a hoarse voice.
Is that all it is?
Yeah. I podcast 5 days a week.
You're sounding like Wolfman Jack, that old DJ.
Yeah, it's starting to happen. I'm starting to get that. You know, it happened to Alex Jones, and it's happening to me, and I'm getting that. I don't know.
It's happened to a few people I know that, you know, once you talk to them, like, you damage your vocal cords to the point that it becomes permanent.
Yeah.
If this is you, it's gonna be really interesting. Should I talk like this all night too?
Rice, I want to know, how come you haven't grown a mullet yet?
I have no hair.
When's the mullet coming, bro?
Never at all.
Never.
When you have a mullet, I will obtain a mullet. I'll get a mullet wig.
I might do a mullet.
I could do a mullet wig. There's no way I can grow my hair out that fast at this point in my life. I'm 50. I just turned 50 the end of April. So
what?
The follicle challengeness is it catches up.
You're 50? Not bald.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought you was younger than me.
Hell no. No, it's just how you live life, man. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I never grew up.
You must be eating good, man. Drinking your water.
I just, over the past just couple years, have actually been trying to work on my diet and water, because once I got into content and you kind of get in that role of that being all that you do, health starts to become secondary. And, you know, you're sitting around, you got that sedimentary lifestyle. I started developing back problems, put on about 20 pounds, 25 pounds, which I've gotten off since. But, you know, I could say just over the past 6 months, I've kind of like really detoxed off of like social media. I've done like posts and stuff like that, but I haven't really put out any videos. I've been trying to let my channels chill because of all the past stuff that's been going on with my channel, with the censorship strikes and all that kind of stuff. And
come on over to Kick. Come on over to Kick, man.
I thought about it. Kick. Hook me up with your Kick rep. I like to talk to the people.
I don't have a Kick rep.
You don't have a rep? I figured they were bringing you on as like some exclusive deal or something to do the show over there.
I wish.
Okay. Well, damn, man. I thought you had like the business end like all wrapped up. That's what I assumed, that that Kick was paying you to do your live show daily there. Kind of like how Rumble was incentivizing some people.
Right. Yeah. I haven't gotten a Kick deal yet. I would love to, but I chose to go there because of all the censorship, and it was the only place that I felt I could build an audience without being in the wrong place. Rumble felt like the wrong place to be. because it's kind of like boomerish, right?
Well,
It's like slanted to like white old boomers that are Republicans, and I'm like, that's not my crowd.
there's also the Peter Thiel investment and Peter Thiel and Palantir and feeding that information into Palantir, and how Palantir is supposed to pre-crime stuff, and I guess I'll see you. I guess I'll see you in a camp one day. They're gonna come round us up, man. But I am
taking the gloves off tonight.
I took the break. And I'm starting back. I'm going to be working with both of my channels, Rice TVX, which I'm not going to be doing exclusively crypto. I want to try to make it more roundabout with adding the political element, which is already there with crypto, anyways. Economics in general, and current events, trends, things to that effect. And then I have my other channel for the tinfoil stuff, the Rice Against the Grain channel, which seems to not be shadow banned. So I'm going to try to put a lot more effort into that while maintaining the main channel. So for people who aren't familiar or are familiar, they can go to my website, ricetvx.com, and you can actually watch both my YouTube channels right on the home page. And I also have a paywall with private content as well, which obviously I haven't put out nothing in 6 months, but I've got great supporters over there and lots of content for people to eat up.
Nice. Good deal. We're going to get into some news. Germany sounds alarm. It feels like while I was streaming today, the world fell apart. Germany told its citizens to leave Iran after UN sanctions were reimposed, warning of rising risks, including arbitrary detentions and limited government help for travelers. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about this, but you're basically saying that the German government, are they telling the governmental employees or all Germans to leave Iran?
It says all citizens.
Yeah, that usually is an indication of something not good is going to be happening pretty soon. And considering the state of the world, and all the different wars that are happening, or skirmishes, or whatever you want to call them, I mean, it's just going to escalate and escalate. I mean, we've heard about U.S. battleships, Venezuela. I mean, there's just so much happening right now. Everything in the Middle East, the Ukraine-Russia stuff, China with everything that's going on with their nation.
Well, let me read. There's like 25 headlines. I'm going to read them all, and then we'll try and dissect what the hell is going on here. Turkey shuts Israel out. Turkey cut trade ties with Israel, closed its ports to Israeli ships, and barred the Israeli government and military aircraft from its airspace, though commercial flights are still allowed. So there's tensions with Turkey. Clashes and explosions in Gaza reportedly led to Israeli troop losses. Official numbers remain undisclosed. Trump sent 7 U.S. warships with roughly 4,500 personnel near Venezuela. That's what you were just talking about. Escalating tensions as President Maduro mobilized naval patrols, drones, warships, and inland military drills. Musk accused the UK government of betraying its citizens in a post on X, though he gave no specific details. It feels like the world is just, I was streaming. So on Fridays, I do all day stream, basically, like 2 p.m. until I do this show.
Oh, wow.
It's fuck around and find out.
No wonder you sound like that.
Yeah. So I feel like the world was falling apart while I was streaming, listening to the new Joey Badass album. Is this, what in the hell? You didn't hear about any of this?
No, but I mean, in a way, man, I'm trying not to pay attention to a lot of what's happening on the news.
Why?
Because I mean, I've been getting shit about jeans. Like, well, I don't need to know about jeans. I don't care about Cracker Barrel. You know, there's other stuff that they keep talking about that it's just hard to phase out the important stuff when you got all this gibberish and distractions going on. Like, who cares about like jeans, in all honesty? And how somebody like whoever came up with the idea of what they thought about Sydney Sweeney has a crazy tinfoil outfit, not just a hat, an outfit, because that's outlandish. But so looking at this, it looks like
wait. So you're not upset that Cracker Barrel has changed their logo? You're not.
Is this because I'm a cracker and I should be offended? Is that what you're saying, Hotep?
That's what I thought. I thought all white people had to be mad that they removed the cracker from the Cracker Barrel logo.
They didn't take the cracker out of the Cracker Barrel. They just were taking the old man away, I thought. But I think the old man's back.
So are you happy that he's back?
I could care less. I don't even need a Cracker Barrel. I live in North Carolina and I got great Southern food that's not like a chain. I can care less about the little game they have on the table with the little pegs and stuff. I could care less. I don't need to sit in a rocking chair. I can do that anywhere. So no, I really try to support local restaurants and businesses as much as possible versus chains like Cracker Barrel. And again, why were we even talking about that in the news? But looking at what you were saying, it looks like.
Wait a second. So what do you make of people who are up in arms about the Cracker Barrel story? Like, are you judging these people?
I shouldn't be, but I am. It's like a hard R. Or I could say it, I guess, in another way, which would be like retard. I think that's more politically incorrect. It's what people are choosing to focus their attention on, which is really sad considering the state of where we're at. Because and I guess Germany, and I don't know if it's UK or not UK, if it's EU or if it's just Germany specifically, but it has something to do with sanctions and them fearing retaliation over the sanctions. So I mean, it's like Trump started this stuff in a sense, like bringing it more to the forefront as a weapon with Russia. And now we're just seeing other countries doing the same thing, which is just going to cause more escalation. And there's just so much escalation going towards Iran. And I just don't think it's smart. It's obviously not the people that want this. It's, the bankers in the government, the military complex, the militaries. It has nothing to do with the people of the world. The people of the world, I'm sure, would rather not see this stuff happening. I don't see the sense in war. I don't.
Bankers, man, you got the kufi on tight tonight. 10-4 kufi is on tight tonight. You mentioning bankers and Palantir. Palantir snooping on Rumble users?
So here's my thought process. Especially with anybody that was like that could be deemed in like the PayPal mafia. But I'm going to use Peter Thiel and Rumble and X and Elon Musk as an example. If you're trying to train your AI, you don't want to train it in a sense in an environment that is self-censoring, like where we were self-censoring ourselves because of the algorithm. So you allow people to speak freely because then that allows for the AI to learn more freely and effectively. Yeah. Not only that, but it also helps you to build up your lists, your lists.
Lists of targets or suspicious types.
Or just people that could be troublesome, people that care about America, people that are patriotic.
Are you on that list?
I am, but I'm not pro any politician at this point.
But are you on the Minority Report list? Are they watching you, Rice Crypto?
I'm pretty sure in some capacity I'm being watched. And that's in a sense, why I took my little vacation and chilled for a while. Because, I've actually, over the past year, slowed down on content. So, I feel like, we've had this conversation. We've had this conversation on Around the Blockchain. We've had this conversation in person. At one point, man, my phone was just crazy. So I've had a conversation with people that are very close to me back in the day about people with suits and vans coming to the house and, like asking about me and what I'm doing because of the stuff that I've been involved in. But to me, it all started with one of my interviews with John McAfee.
Oh,
that's when I think it all started because of how close my relationship in that sense developed and how many conversations I was having with him and such. I feel like that is where it started. Then it was like once I started veering my content out in other directions, which is what the Rice Against the Grain stuff is, I think it opened up even more doors, because I'm interviewing people like Ammon Bundy from the Bundy Ranch, the standoff that happened years ago. Are you familiar with that?
No.
The Bundy standoff?
The Bud Ranch or something like that?
Bundy.
Ed.
Outside of Vegas.
Married with children?
No, but same last name technically.
Oh, okay.
His name is Ammon Bundy. His dad's name is Cliven. They stood up against the federal government. They had guns against the federal government. It was a really crazy standoff. Interviewing people like Joe Bannister, who was an ex-former IRS agent who quit the IRS and promotes the idea that taxation of income is unconstitutional and illegal. Just a plethora of people that I've
You
had.
were there?
No, just somebody that I've interviewed.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. Damn, I probably shouldn't have had you on tonight. What the hell?
Well, we're on X, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
You didn't have to, I mean, I wouldn't, if you were to invite me on your Hotep Jesus YouTube channel, I would be very, very squeaky clean. I know how to caress the algorithm.
I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about my personal safety. It sounds like you're flying close. This
Man,
might be
I'm coming to the next Hotep conference.
That's in 2 weeks.
I'm coming.
Let's go.
If we're going down, the whole ship's going. I want to bring everybody down with me.
Oh my God.
Buy your tickets now.
Oh, this is terrible. This is not what the people want to hear.
Okay, what should we talk about that people want to hear?
Harris left vulnerable. Trump revoked Secret Service protection for Kamala Harris.
It was apparently Biden extended, but I thought all presidents and vice presidents were given Secret Service technically for the remainder of their life. So I'm not sure what Biden would have had to have extend. That was confusing to me when I heard about that.
He said they started this around the around-the-clock security is going to end just as she begins a nationwide book tour for her 107-day memoir. Oh my God!
I mean, dude, I think in a sense this kind of leads back to my question of why isn't the National Guard in Washington D.C.?
Why is it?
Yeah, like why is it?
It's technically out of control, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the worst city in the United States for crime. I don't think it's even in the top 10 anymore, and that's like my old stomping grounds. So.
Right. So I think they're trying to go to that place that has the worst, right? I think that's the next stop.
No, I don't know. There may be some arrests happening. I don't know.
So do you think there's something else happening?
It's potential. It's either that or Trump is compromised.
What?
One of the two.
What?
With all this shit that's going on with the Epstein list and all this other stuff with Trump that he's trying to, avoid and act like it's not. I'm not sure if he's playing like this game that I can't quite figure out what he's playing, and he's going to come out as like with this awesome legacy, or if he's compromised and he's done. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I've been talking to friends of mine who are in the National Guard because technically, for the U.S. to do this in any other city, it's going to take like acts of Congress. If he keeps doing executive orders, that's not how a president should operate. D.C., though, is the only territory in the United States that the federal government would have a legal control. And I think he can only take it over, from what I've been told by my National Guard friends, is only for 30 days. So we'll see what happens after 30 days or within this 30 days.
Is there some...
because you can't improve crime in 30 days. So it doesn't make sense. The whole like crime in DC does not make sense. Go to Baltimore. Go to Baltimore. Okay, like go to Kensington. If you really want to clean up, crime. There's nothing happening in DC like it used to happen years ago when they used to call it like the murder capital and all that stuff. That was a long time ago. I mean, the crime in DC, from what I understand, looking at the statistics. Is it does not deem the National Guard to step in. That's all I'm saying. It just seems like something.
There's some constitutional conflicts here, is what you're saying?
Not necessarily constitutional conflicts. It could be we could be seeing like some people being arrested. I mean, what was that? John Bolton, his home was raided. There's more to that. But people were talking about Cracker Barrel, remember? So it's like these stupid little pop culture things come up to make people change the point of the conversation of what's going on. And there's so much going on, because this is one of the reasons why I tapped out, because there was so much coming every single direction. I just didn't want to keep handling it. Like I just wanted to live. I was getting tired of feeling like I was getting hit upside my head from every single angle with everything that was going on and trying to keep up with it, and then trying to put out what I felt was valuable content about it. I got burned out because of the overload.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know what you're going through, bro. I know what you're going through.
Oh, I'm good now. I'm recharged. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm good now.
I kind of
Project Mayhem. Let's do it.
Yeah, I kind of, geared my shit around, not the news cycle. You know what I'm saying? Because the news cycle will destroy you, bro.
If you are trying to pay attention to everything that's going on, it's easier to like focus on certain things, not everything. Right. Everything, it's like trying to hit every single baseball that's coming at you while you got 10 balls flying at the same time.
Yeah, and they're all distractions.
Yeah, the majority of them are, yes. The majority of them are. Like the Sydney Sweeney stuff, the Cracker Barrel stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Right. So if he goes to another city, what issue do you have with that? Like, let's say he goes to Detroit, he goes to Chicago or Houston or Memphis or New Orleans. What, like, do you
We'll see. Because I mean, it depends on what the campaign is. Because I mean, if you're going to go into an area to improve crime, then you need to come in with a game plan, and it needs to be done. It's not going to be something that can be done in 30 days. It takes time. So are the states,
when you say game plan, what do you mean?
Like a strategy of how you're going to go into a city and how you're effectively going to make sure, like, instead of like just pointing a gun and saying, go back in your house, you need to have a better strategy about how you're going. Like I'm watching the Netflix documentary about what happened with Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
And that's kind of a good example if we think about the idea of National Guard going in. And then, because a lot of these cities too will have a lot of a high black population, because that's where they say a lot of the crime happens. So we see how black people interact with military presence. It doesn't turn out good.
Right.
So they need to go in there with a plan. Otherwise, they're just, what are they doing? So, and because again, if they're limited to 30 days in Washington, D.C., Jose, can you actually go in and effectively make a difference in 30 days?
Well, yes and no. While you're there, your presence decreases crime, but when you leave, does it decrease crime?
Right.
That's the issue, right? So,
I mean, it's not like we got people graffitiing in the White House trying to jump the White House fence. We don't see people being murdered like outside the Smithsonian and stuff like that. So, I mean, this DC is chilled out a whole lot.
Yeah.
And this just does not make sense. If you're going to do this, you would do this at the most crime-ridden cities, the ones that are a problem. Like, I will tell you, I've been told, even though I've spent a lot of time in Baltimore, I've been told driving late at night, getting off at an exit in Baltimore, there's like toll people and stuff warning you, not to get off at this exit. Like, it's not a good idea. It's just not a good idea.
Really?
Kensington, like in Philadelphia, it's not a good idea for people to just walk around there at night.
Really?
Not a good idea. Like the areas that aren't good to walk around at night, those are the areas that need some National Guard.
Okay.
But the only one that he could legally do it without anything else was DC, because DC is federal territory.
Right.
But there's limitations.
Damn, this is crazy.
That's why I think all this news kind of intertwines. I think there's something bigger going on. That, or someone's compromised and we're just...
There's a possibility Trump might be compromised.
That's what I'm saying. Trump is either compromised or he's playing some game that we don't understand, and he's going to come out with the greatest legacy of all time. Like, we may see some of these.
Who's going to be the next president?
That's a good question.
It can't be Trump. Is
there going to be another? Well, he technically, I mean, he could try to change laws. Yes, I was a January 6th.
You were at January
because
6th?
Look, it wasn't until the 1930s that they actually put a limit on the presidency. Okay. And it was because of who Who was the
FDR?
president in 1933? Was it FDR? No, FDR was early. Delano Roosevelt. Was
I
it
don't know.
Roosevelt?
You said
Whoever
what year?
in 1933 when they confiscated gold, the Banking Act.
Oh, that was yeah, FDR. FDR.
Well, he served 3 or 4 terms.
Yeah.
After he was done, they changed it and limited it to 2.
Right.
That was like less than 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they could change it back technically.
It's a good point, right?
But it really depends on what happens with this economy, man. If they can somehow skate through this thing and keep everything kind of afloat, then it's possible JD Vance, could be the Republican nominee. But
you think he could be Gavin Newsom?
That's a good question. I don't know. Gavin Newsom, as much as I don't like him, he seems to be a really good politician, which I guess is the reason why I don't like him. I do respect his trolling of Trump.
Right.
That was kind of classic.
Yeah.
But this all kind of reminds me of like we're entering into the reality of the documentary film Idiocracy.
Okay.
Have you seen this film, Idiocracy?
I don't think I have.
If you've never seen this film, then you need to make sure this weekend you watch this film.
Idiocracy. Okay.
It's got Terry Crews
everybody
in it.
always talks about this.
It's got Terry Crews in it. He's the president.
Right.
And his name is like Hector Macho Camacho Mountain Dew or something like that. It's like you got this.
You know what it is? I hate Luke Wilson, but go ahead.
The movie is like a documentary, man.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Just the beginning of it, how it starts off, like explaining like where we're going with the story is you have 2 couples, or you have the rich white couple that has jobs and good careers and stuff like that, and they're talking about having a child, but they keep putting it off because they want to wait a little bit because blah blah blah. You know how rich people do, and people with money, sometimes they plan things out. And then you have the trailer park family. So the rich family isn't having children. They keep talking about it, keep putting it off. In the meantime, the trailer park family they're like multiplying like rabbits. And then the father of the trailer park family goes and screws another lady, and she has a bunch more. So what ends up happening is you have stupid people outbreeding smart people. And we come to that future.
Wow.
And that's kind of why I'm saying this movie is like I know it's kind of veering off, but I think it kind of ties in. I hope people appreciate it. But you got to watch the movie, bro.
I definitely feel like that's what's happened. I feel like the stupid people have outbreeded the smart people. I agree with that.
And watching the film will kind of give a good perspective on it. It's really good. It's really good. It's entertaining.
It's a comedy?
It's a comedy. It's entertaining, but it's thought-provoking.
Really?
I want to know what people have to say about Idiocracy. Tell Hotep what you think about Idiocracy. Should he watch it? Because I think you should.
I always hear people recommend it. Like, Hotep, have you ever seen it? I'm like, nah, I haven't watched it. You know what it is? I don't like comedies.
Really?
No, I need somebody to die in the movie. I need drug dealing. It's either I need, there's 2 elements to a movie I need. Either we're dealing some drugs or some cocaine being trafficked, or did some action, right? Somebody got to die.
You don't like to laugh?
No.
I mean, dude, sometimes I like to watch the stupidest things just because it doesn't make me think.
You know what it is? I'll be honest with you. This might sound racist.
Racist?
Are you ready? Yeah, racist, yeah. I don't like white comedies.
Give me an example of a white comedy, please.
Idiocracy. Like, I like black comedies.
So you like Medea?
Nah. I'm more of a Eddie Murphy guy.
The Nutty Professor?
Yeah, I'm more, Life, Coming to America. Yeah, Life was excellent. Yeah, I'm more of that. White comedies, I feel like half the jokes go over my head and I just miss out. Like, what happened? Why is that funny? Why is my
Yeah, but
white
don't
friend
you
mad?
hang out with a bunch of white people? Don't you have only white friends?
Actually, I just got my first white friends like 2 years ago, bro.
Am I not your friend in some capacity?
Yeah, but we don't hang out enough.
Well, we're not close enough. And I think if we were, you probably would avoid it.
I don't like people. So I don't.
I am like that in a lot of ways, but when I find my tribe, I like to open up.
Yeah, like so. First of all, like we have our event, our yearly event, HotepCon. That's in 2 weeks. The majority of people that are going to be there are going to be black men, and we actually have a lot of black women showing up this year, which is a change. It used to be black men and white women. I know it sounds like a swirl fest. It's not that, I promise you, but most of my audience are black men. People think because I go on Fox and all of that like
So,
my
so you don't attract white people from Rogan or Gutfeld?
I do, but they don't watch they don't like to watch my show because I'm too black.
See, I've never thought of you like that.
They don't watch my show.
I mean, you're Hotep, I mean, and you're black, but I've never thought of you as like, you don't come off as like hood, ratchet, none of that.
Well,
I've watched you enough. I mean, maybe you might have moments, but I have my moments. I get hood when it comes down to it sometimes.
The majority of my audience are black people. Okay. So like, the audience I get from Fox. So here's how it goes. I actually see in the numbers. So I'll go on Fox and I'll get like 500 new YouTube subscribers because they're like, oh, I love this guy. He's great. And then I go live on YouTube for the Thursday show and 200 people unsubscribe.
I would have thought differently, man. Like, I mean, I mentioned you as like some like because of your presence on social media, like what I feel like you've done on social media, your appearances with Rogan, the Gutfeld stuff. I feel like you've kind of surpassed some like just a regular content creator. So when I have a list of my interviews, I mean, there's people I don't put on there because they're just regular people.
Yeah.
But you're on the list because I feel like you've accomplished something. So I feel like that's come back. But I feel like too, you're probably dealing with some censorship and shadow banning because I've looked at some of your numbers and like I think your YouTube channel has probably been stuck as long as mine has.
Yeah. I've left YouTube. I only do the Thursday show.
I mean, it's like blood stuck. I'm losing subscribers, so it's like certain people. I just feel like they just like don't let them get past a certain threshold.
Yeah, I've given up on YouTube,
which also is to me another compliment. So I've had a lot of respect for you as a content creator. So when you asked me to come on, that's why I told you I technically had plans.
Yeah,
and I technically wasn't going to do shit, but I wanted to be here with you.
I appreciate you for that. You're a real one for that, Rice.
Oh, I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for having me on. We can get back on topic for everybody. I didn't mean tangent. I'm just good at tangenting.
I totally forgot we had other topics, man. We were sitting here having a powwow and shit,
That's the best kind of show to me anyways, when you just keeping it real and talking about real stuff and mixing in things as they come along.
Yeah.
So what's up with this Gokhshtein stuff? David Gokhshtein, he's bringing back his media network because I know he used to have a magazine back in the day when I first started getting into crypto.
Well, he's on his way to becoming the most powerful Jew in the world, and I'm going to help him become the Jew that takes over the world. Let's go.
I should have worn my Jew cap. What do they call those?
Come on, man, get your shit together.
I'm not Jewish and I'm not either or. I mean, actually, I might be in some sense because I am Welsh, and Old Welsh is very, very similar to Aramaic. And they're, from a biblical perspective, there are 10 lost tribes. So who knows? I could be a
what
Jew in
country
hiding.
is Welsh? I never heard of the country in England.
It's part of the UK.
Really?
Wales.
Oh, Wales is Welsh?
The Welsh people from Wales would be Welsh.
Oh,
yes.
No. Okay. Wow. All right. Learn something new every day. I'm trying my best to learn about white people. This is hard for me.
Well, I'll be your friend, your white friend, and you can ask me any white question you want to ask me.
See, that's what I need.
That's how me and Blood work good together.
Yeah.
Because that's actually sometimes I think I'm more street and more black than blood, and blood is more white than I am. So sometimes it's just a good compliment.
I'll be honest with you. You are definitely more ghetto than me. I promise you that. You are definitely. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not ghetto at all, though. That's the thing. So
you're more dangerous, though. You're definitely more dangerous. You seem like the type of person that'll punch somebody in the face way before I will.
Yeah, I probably will take the violence level. But it's just because I have anger problems and I've kept a lot of shit under control. So if somebody tries to test me, I kind of look at it as like, oh, this is a freebie. Because I really don't like going around doing shit like that. But just sometimes you'd have to put people in their place. Ask Blood the story about that, because there's a story that he'll tell you. We were at a Bitcoin conference and just in Miami.
You didn't beat up a nerd, did you?
No, but it was so real quickly, there was this guy that apparently when Blood was coming to this, it was coming to Shitcoin, Ken Bozak's conference a couple years ago. And this guy was actually going to be speaking at the conference, but nobody knew this at the time. Blood came out of an Uber or something to that effect, and this guy kind of mean mugged him, and they both gave each other kind of like these two black guys giving each other mean mug faces in Miami.
Okay.
So Blood's telling me about it. And then he says, that's the guy. So then I go up to the dude and I'm like all up in his face, yelling and screaming, telling him that there's 4 of us and we're going to fuck you up kind of situation. we found out the dude ultimately was speaking at the conference. So we ended up becoming friends. Blood brought him on his channel and he was running some conferences online I was streaming on my Rumble channel. So it kind of worked out really good and we became friends in the end, but I got street trying to protect my friend because I thought, something was going to go down.
Yo, Dave, they gangbanging at the NFT conference, bro.
Well, I was just, I could have handled it myself, but I'm like, there's 4 of us. I was just running my mouth. It was fun though.
Who knew it got dangerous in the crypto world? Damn, yo.
Oh, yeah, the crypto world is completely dangerous.
Was this this is Miami?
Yeah, it was in Miami.
Was that the year I was down there?
I don't know if it was or wasn't, because you didn't go to the shitcoin, and I can't remember.
I don't even know. It might have been
it. It was like an alternative conference because at the time there was only the Bitcoin conference, so it was trying to give a conference for the crypto people that wasn't a maxi event. And they called it shitcoin just to kind of get under the Bitcoin people.
Oh, okay.
They don't like that.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it was interesting. But a lot of that stuff I try to let that kind of stuff.
You sponsored that, Dave? Dave said he sponsored that conference.
Who is Dave? Oh, David Gokhshtein. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. He knows Bozak.
Bozak's the guy you almost beat up.
No, Ken Bozak is like a crypto degen celebrity from like calling out scammers at conferences and getting kicked out. He's a crypto content creator.
Oh.
When I first got my start, I started working with him.
Okay.
And he's like respected amongst a lot of the early crypto YouTubers, like your Altcoin Daily, Wendy, Crypto Crow, Zombie, all the guys over at Discover, Hit Network. Look up to him. So he's a cool cat, man. And doing that conference was really a great thing to kind of offer that alternative for what was going on. Yeah, that's when David had the magazine, and there were people out there because he's had a couple. There's a guy named I think his name's Mikael or something like that used to write for him back in like 2020 and 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because this is back when
Julie, what up?
Yeah, Ken Bozak is the bro. He is the bro.
Bozak almost fucked up the fake Satoshi Nakamoto. What?
Yeah, there was a guy that I ended up interviewing. This German guy who was claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto in 2019. He was at World CryptoCon, this conference in Vegas. and me and Bozak were working together all day, and he knew I had an interview with this guy. And then after we were done with all of our interviews and the conference was over, it was the last day of the conference, I went downstairs to the casino to smoke a cigarette because I wanted to smoke a cigarette. And while I was doing this, Ken goes live and confronts this dude. He's calling him a scammer. And I was telling Ken, you can't call the guy the scammer because nobody's been scammed. Like he is scamming. Right. He is scamming, but there are technically no victims. And you can't call somebody a scammer if there's no victims. Even if you see what's happening as being a scam, until there's a victim, there's no scam.
Right.
It's like, so I was trying to explain it to that perspective. This guy's name is Jorg, Jorg Molt, Molt. I interviewed him on my channel, and people could check that out. But he did end up getting arrested.
At the conference?
Not at the conference. A couple years later in Europe.
For scamming?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. For just like pretending to be Satoshi. He told me that he was part of Satoshi. He claimed to be. And I'm like, well, then you don't have the right to call yourself Satoshi. Like, if anything, and what you're saying is true, then you can call yourself part of. But to call yourself Satoshi when you're saying that there are others is not correct information, is what, I was trying to tell him at the time. Like, when I was like, but he was also scamming people for a lot of money.
Well, I guess when you say you're Satoshi, there's a million and one ways to extract capital out of people.
He had some kind of Satoshi University, a bunch of other things.
Yeah. This is what happens when the weed gets smoked. Yeah. This is crazy. I feel like I miss out on all the crypto stuff. Everybody treats me like I'm not in crypto Twitter, so I just pretend not to be.
Well, you're not just crypto, and I'm technically not either. The Rice Crypto stuff is actually kind of a dead brand. Like, I don't even use Rice Crypto. Like, I've rebranded to Rice TVX because I didn't want people thinking that my content was limited to just cryptocurrency.
Oh,
I feel like that's just
is crypto toxic? Is the community toxic? I feel like the community hates people.
It's changed a lot, man. I mean, you can see that with how some of these people have started acting.
Yeah,
BitBoy was a good example.
BitBoy crashed, right? Didn't he just get arrested or something like that?
He's back out, and he just started putting out content again.
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I'm hoping he's working on his mental health. I don't know until I see a change in somebody. But I don't like to call people good guys or bad guys. I just think that people have let some of this stuff get to their head. I used to sing in bands before I did content. And then I was a strip club DJ for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow. That must have been fun.
So coming into the content side, when somebody comes up to you and or is a fan and stuff, I don't try it. I feel like it's weird to put a YouTuber on a pedestal.
Right.
So any person who lets this shit get to their head, I just usually distance myself and separate.
Is that what you think will happen? Like, a lot of people let this stuff go to their head?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the money?
Popularity, money. Combination of things. I've seen a lot of people, male and female, leave their spouses.
What?
I mean, BitBoy was one of them, but there's been plenty of people that they leave their spouses and they're with new people because somebody prettier comes along and there's money or whatever the situation might be. I mean, it's sad, dude. It's sad. That's why I've been kind of, in a sense, phasing out and not wanting to be specifically crypto.
You got any crypto groupies?
No. You got any Hotep groupies? Is that what's going to be at the conference?
No, absolutely not. No, we don't do
your flock.
No, absolutely not. No, no groupies. I have no groupies. I'm just a normal human being.
I don't think you're normal.
Normal is definitely something I'm not. I am.
There's something I will say. I did the time that we hung out at that Bitcoin conference when me and you were chilling during the I believe it was Deadmau5.
Okay.
You had your filmographer guy out there filming.
Yeah.
There was who was it? Killer Mike had he was playing. I'm not sure if I saw you when Killer Mike was going on. That's when
no, I left by then.
It was before Deadmau5.
Right.
It's when what's his name?
Kanayoki.
No, the dude from they were playing outside. The
Oh, that's right.
karaoke
Yeah,
thing,
they were
or the
outside.
AOP thing.
Yeah.
Then inside, it was supposed to be a band called Run the Jewels, which featured Killer Mike from Atlanta.
Right.
Well, one of the dudes couldn't make it, and Killer Mike had Big Boy from Outkast.
No way.
Yeah, and then after them, Dead Mouse performed. That's when I saw you. We were dancing, chilling. We were smoking herb as well.
Me and you
Yeah.
in Miami?
Yeah, inside of the conference center during Dead Mouse.
No, that never happened.
Like, if you're trying to deny it, that's fine. It happened.
I am.
You put that shit out on social media anyway, so it's not like I'm saying something that I shouldn't have said because you put together some reels. I didn't dox you in any capacity here, Brian.
that never happened. We
Apparently, I got a crazy imagination, man. Just shout out to Rice and his imagination.
I think you got your black people mixed up. I know we all look alike, but I don't remember getting high inside the conference center, dog, with Dead Mouse. That never happened.
What year was that? 22?
What year was that? I don't know.
I think 22. It could have been 23.
Let me see here. This was 2022.
That's what I'm saying. 2022 or 2023. I cannot.
It wasn't me, sir.
I cannot type.
It was not me, sir.
I'll leave it at that.
Like honestly, I don't think that was me.
Why is this shit?
I
doing
remember
this?
everybody I get high with. And me and you have never gotten high together.
It was my weed.
We've never gotten high together, sir.
I want to find the pictures now that we're having this conversation.
It was 2022.
Okay.
2022. I got the video right here. I'm gonna put it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Bitcoin 2022. How do I do this? This is I press this button, and then I press that. Then I hit. Hold on, let me do this.
You'll see a picture of us dancing inside of a place.
Whoa.
You were dancing. Wait, we weren't like hugged up.
Here's the conference.
Okay.
Right here. Right. This is.
I think I deleted those because there was a bunch of videos.
Right. Shout out to John Ken with Litecoin. There's Jessica Vaughn. Shout out Jessica Vaughn. That's my man TC. We had the little playground jump off. We got Crypto Wendy Yo. There's Crypto Wendy Yo inside the conference.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the concert. Okay, here's the concert part right here.
There's me and you dancing at the concert.
This is the concert right here. Okay, I do look a little high. I'm pretty sure I was drunk though. I don't remember.
You might have been, but we rolled up. I had a bowl and some pre-rolls. But I was in one of these things, like dancing with you.
No, sir.
Yes, I was.
That never happened.
Miami. Yeah, all those Dead Mouse videos, I ended up deleting the videos.
It was my weed.
It was my
Julia,
weed.
I can't right now, yo.
Who's Julia? She got good weed?
No. She shout out to Julie. We was not. See, he's violating right now.
You remember this? Do you remember this?
That's at what's the names? We did the podcast with what's his name?
That was 23, so that was the year after.
That was the year after, right? That was the year after. And we didn't smoke anything that time either.
No, but I did. Some other people did. Actually, I think you did hit some
No.
smoke before we did the podcast outside by the pool.
No, I had a cigarette.
You got a cigarette for me?
I got a cigarette from you.
Then it wasn't the weed, but I was smoking weed.
You might have been smoking weed. Me and you have never shared any cannabis together, sir. And we never danced together. We did, man. I have the footage right here, and you're not in it, sir.
I didn't imagine that whole thing. Okay, I don't imagine things with people.
You've got your black people mixed up, sir.
No, not at all, dude.
I got the footage right here. My camera guy was there. You don't appear anywhere in my footage.
There was more footage than that little reel too.
Everybody, look, there's no crypto rice anywhere in here. I'm dancing literally by myself. You guys see me? I'm dancing by myself.
What was that dude's name that was filming and doing videos? You had him
Justin Lopez.
2 years in a row.
Justin Lopez. That's my official videographer.
He was with you in 23 too.
Yes.
Ask him. I'm trying to find the pictures.
That never happened. I can call Justin right now and ask him if he remembers that.
You want to do it?
I'll call him right now.
Because I feel like you're making me feel like I'm crazy here.
You're crazy. You getting old, bro. You getting old.
No, I'm not senile, dude. I'm far from senile.
I'm about to call him right now. Let's see if he picks up. That must have been one of my clones. I got 1,000,001 clones out here. We got to clear this up right now.
It's like, is he going to remember something from 3 years ago?
He will remember. Yo, Justin.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, bro? I'm live right now. We live right now, okay?
Yeah.
And I need you to use your memory for half a second. Okay?
Put him on speaker.
All right.
He's on speaker.
Okay, can you hear me, Justin?
He can't hear you. He cannot hear you. Justin.
What up? Testing.
All right, good. You good. Check this out. Remember Bitcoin Conference 2022, the first year you came out?
Right.
Remember the concert hall?
The inside concert.
Yeah.
The inside concert hall.
Right.
Did you see me smoke any weed inside of there?
Negative.
Ask him.
Maybe you did. I don't know.
Boom. You heard what he said. He said no.
Ask him if he remembers.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Ask him if he remembers you hanging out.
We took advantage of the amenities.
We drunk a lot. Didn't we drink a lot?
Ask him. Ask him if you were hanging out with some white dude with a mohawk.
Was I hanging out with a white dude with a mohawk?
Nah, I would have remembered that.
No.
Boom. Told you.
Picture. He needs to see my picture, man.
They making shit up, Jay.
Unbelievable.
They making shit up. You know.
Dudes, what are they trying to pin on you, bro?
He trying to say I was dancing with some dude inside the concert hall. Wasn't I dancing by myself? Remember, I was dancing by myself, drunk, and then we left early.
Yeah.
Did you see me dance with anybody else?
Nah, definitely not no dude. What the fuck?
Not like. I'm saying we were both standing near each other and we were both dancing. It's not like we were holding hands and dancing together. You're making him sound like it was some like gay stuff
it wasn't. He's saying it wasn't like gay dancing, but he's saying he was in the vicinity. He was dancing and I was dancing. And I just want to make sure we all were clear that Hotep Jesus was dancing by himself. Is that what you remember?
Yes, for sure. In fact, now that you jog my memory, remember when we were at the hotel and there was a dude who wanted to dance with you and you were outraged. Remember that?
Yes, thank you. Say it again. Tell that story.
We were in like the hotel room, in the hotel lobby area, and then this dude just came up to the host and said, "Hey man, come on, let's dance," or some shit. He's like, "What? Nah, I don't do that. I don't dance with guys."
Boom! You see what I'm saying? Facts.
That was the same year that we saw Omar too.
You like that, bro? That's crazy.
Word. I thank you for clearing that up, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Word. I let him know it's my official videographer on the phone. And he has cleared things up. Okay, this is Justin Lopez Films. He's cleared it up. Okay, and then you heard it here first.
There you go, man. It's good talking to you, bro.
Hi, later.
I know this shit happened. I just don't have apparently no proof of it.
Hotep, you're a genius.
you know what?
HotepJesus.com.
I'm gonna sit here and ruin an entire show trying to figure out about a memory.
You was high. I wasn't.
I'm usually always high. That's where this thing kind of comes into play.
I just want to make sure we got that story clear up.
No, but I am going to hunt for this stuff.
He said, Hotep Jesus does not dance with men while he's high. I don't dance with men at all. Okay.
We weren't because he was filming. It was everybody was dancing to Deadmau5.
I don't remember.
Everybody was dancing. So like
wasn't
everybody that was in the vicinity was dancing. You were watching Deadmau5.
I left before Deadmau5.
No, you didn't.
I promise you.
Then it was another EDM artist inside. And I don't remember any but those two acts that played, which was Killer Mike and Deadmau5.
I got the footage right here. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, but that's like a sizzle reel that doesn't include all the footage that was recorded. Justin recorded a lot of footage that night in that place right there. I assure you. I assure you, man. Really crazy. I have a pretty decent memory.
Yeah, Dave. Fuck the news. We clearing my name up right now.
I mean, really, who cares about the news? I mean, at this point, people should need a distraction.
He said we was dancing together and getting high together. No, sir. That never happened. That never happened, sir.
I am gonna have to hunt this shit down, but I'm not gonna waste. I'm not gonna waste the show, but I will contact you and let you know once I find this stuff. If I find it while we're live, then I'll show you.
If you find any information, feel free to share it.
If I search, can I search my Twitter? AI. If I search my Twitter, can I search just my stuff?
I'm telling you, we never hung out like that. I know who I hang out with at these conferences. I have a photographic memory, so I know who I hang out with. I know every blunt I ever smoked, and you and I have never shared cannabis together.
Who is that, dude?
That is Hotep Jesus.
So what was your next story?
I'm glad you asked. Gold could skyrocket. Bank of America analysts project gold could reach a record $4,000 an ounce by early 2026.
What is this?
Citing
what is this? And where was that? And what
was outside.
No, it was not outside. That is inside the venue.
That is outside.
That is inside the venue. Look.
That is outside.
That is a ceiling. That is a ceiling. That is inside the venue.
Wait, zoom out. Let me see. Flip it sideways.
Let me bring it down. That is a ceiling. It's like remember, it was like an industrial building. It was a big, huge building. It was like you could have driven cars.
And that's before the conference got started.
No, that's during Deadmau5. And that's where you had your arm around me. And you're like, oh, we weren't dancing together.
Whoa. Wait.
What is this? This looks gayer. This looks gay. What I was suggesting.
No,
but that is inside the place with the flash on the camera because it was dark inside. Yes, that is that. Look at the outfit you're wearing.
That was one picture.
Those are actually Bitcoin 22 glasses you're wearing.
That is Bitcoin 2022.
And that is inside the facility where Deadmau5 was playing. And look how fucked up I was. You look drunk and high. Yeah, dude. Because that's the first time we met in person. And we met outside when I was feeling like shit. Because you remember, I had almost overheated. You were interviewing blood outside, right outside the conference. We ran into Omar from Crypto's News.
Yes, it was daytime. It was hot as shit.
You wanted to interview me, and I told you I was dehydrated and I couldn't do an interview at that time.
Right. It was really hot. Yeah, I remember that.
It was really hot. They were giving away water at the conference. That's the only proof I got of it. But man, it happened.
I don't remember the rest.
This was inside the conference. Like that was
inside the conference, right?
And that's the same time period.
That's the same conference.
This is during the conference.
Yes.
And this is when we were partying.
Right.
At Deadmau5, smoking weed and dancing together. All I'm saying is like you could dance right there and I could dance right here and we'll look like we were dancing together at the show. Same thing. We were standing beside each other. We were both dancing in Dead Mouse, dude.
No, that never happened. That part.
And you were smoking my weed.
The lights was on. How is we dancing?
The lights weren't on. It was a flash. If you look, it's flash.
Nah, that looked like daytime.
Look how white you look with that flash, dude. You look like that white.
There's no way the flash could get all those people behind us.
You see it lit up. You see the people's all lit up. Telling you, dude. Now I want this dude to pull up the footage. I'll buy the footage from him from that Miami experience. Just from that night. Just then. Because I like to think I'm a memorable dude. And we met. I mean, I've met him 2 years in a row, and he remembered me from the year before when I saw him the second year when we were doing the ATB.
Is gold going to hit 4,000 by the end of 2026?
Is who? Gold. Going to be what?
Is it going to hit 4,000 by the end of 2026?
It's going to hit probably 4,000 by the end of this year.
Is it?
Yeah, as long as the dollar keeps doing what it's doing, as soon as the Federal Reserve they reduce interest rates, we are screwed. It's people need to like commodities are going to be what saves people.
Damn, you're right. Big gold is at 3,500 right now, and the way things have been going, like the last 5 days, we had a nice little spike.
Look at silver right now.
Silver's been going crazy this year too. Yeah.
Yeah, but silver hasn't performed like gold has. And if you look at the gold Bitcoin chart, you'll see where for the past 2 years, gold has outperformed Bitcoin.
Right.
Crazy to think when you think about the price numbers, but as far as performance, it led the way is what I should say.
Yes.
But silver, I think, is like right under 40 an ounce.
Yes, that's correct. Or close to. What did it say?
So it's commodities.
40, 75.
Oh, so it's over 40 now.
Yeah, it's just over 40.
It was right under when I saw it earlier today.
Yeah, it's just over 40 right now.
Which means it's probably up like $1.50 or something.
Bitcoin's gold's at 35.16.
And crypto's down.
Yeah.
Crypto is so manipulated. That's another thing that pisses me off.
I never danced with this man, Dave. That never happened. I promise you.
Okay, so people understand. It's not like we were holding hands. It's not like we were even touching. We might have even been like 2-3 feet apart. But what I'm saying is, I was in your presence, you were in my presence while I was grooving to the music, and you appeared to be grooving to the music too. So we were both dancing simultaneously near each other, which wouldn't be technically together, but it's yeah. So just get off of it, man, okay? I don't even know how we got down this road.
It was your fault.
But this happens to me every time I go on a podcast.
It was your fault because you said I got high at a Bitcoin conference
because
inside
I got high,
the place,
which you did,
and I don't remember that.
Yeah, because it was my weed. I only smoke high end. But I definitely. How are you feeling about crypto, man? Did you sell your actual Bitcoin and get the ETF like you were talking about?
I've never had Bitcoin.
You've never owned any Bitcoin? No sense?
No, I lost it in a boating accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you told me how pro ETF you were and how you would rather have an ETF than
actual Bitcoin?
Self-custodialship.
What?
You had said this to me.
What?
I think you came on a show with me and Blood. You act like I'm making all this shit up. Now I'm going to have to prove you wrong. Like, this is an actual live stream that you did with me and Blood.
Where I said I'd rather have the ETF
than Bitcoin. Because you're talking about like people hacking you, people trying to steal your Bitcoin, and how people couldn't steal your
No,
ETF.
that was on the Bitcoin panel.
What panel?
I went viral on the Bitcoin 2023 news desk, and I went viral for making a case for non-custodial Bitcoin. That's what you're thinking of.
No, I'm swearing. This is again another situation that I remember that you got completely
Was it
wrong.
after that?
I'd have to. It would have probably been.
It might have been after that.
It
where I
would
had
have
to
been like over.
explain that.
It would have been over a year ago. It would have been maybe about a year ago.
Because I would never say something like that unless I was just making an argument.
Well,
for
you
something.
didn't admit to owning anything. You didn't say I would.
I
Take
don't
the
own
Bitcoin
any.
I
I don't
own.
own
Right?
any.
You didn't admit.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have.
I
Any
have
Bitcoin.
boating accidents all the fucking time, dude. So
Yeah.
I'm completely sympathetic to your situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have any. I do have some Bitcoin ETF though. You got me there. I do own some of the Bitcoin ETF.
Do you really?
I do. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
Did you buy it through BlackRock?
No.
Okay.
Or did I? What's the ETF on this?
What is there? It's
Is
not
it iBit?
iBit, yeah.
iBit, yeah.
It's
I
like
got
it's
some of the
BlackRock.
iBit. Yeah, that weed was laced if I did, man. This is crazy.
I don't lace shit, man. I don't do any hard drugs. I've had my days and I'm done. I like to smoke my weed and I like to have a couple drinks. Nothing else for me. Even in Miami, I still don't do what's in Miami.
You don't got any iBit?
No, I don't really mess with anything TradFi.
What?
I probably should, but I don't. I have nothing TradFi.
You're 100% crypto?
No, gold, silver.
Oh, okay.
And again, I don't own very much crypto because the majority of the crypto that I had, similar situation as what occurred to you.
Yeah, lost in the boat accident.
Yeah, I was
It's a shame.
I was out on this boat with my girlfriend's parents, and shit happens.
Yeah. Did you get them high too?
They don't smoke.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Because your memory.
I'm positive. Blood doesn't smoke.
No, blood doesn't smoke. Yeah.
He's straight edge as it comes. He likes cigars.
Yeah, how do cigars? Yeah.
He'd drink a little bit, but not even that much.
Yeah, I don't smoke at all. Trump canceled $4.9 billion in congressionally approved foreign aid using a rarely used pocket rescission. The funds were intended for the State Department, U.S. aid, and the UN. Trump is wilding out, yo.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what's going on with them, man. It's not senileness and anything like that. I mean, I did see a lot of stuff about people questioning his health and things like that, but it's not that. It's either he is compromised or he's playing some game that I just don't understand.
Spirit Airlines filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy amid mounting debt and failing demand, seeking to restructure while keeping limited flights. I know somebody who just bought a Spirit Airlines flight. Would you fly Spirit?
I will not anymore. And I encourage Carnival Cruise if they want to get into the airline business. Spirit would be perfect for them.
Why wouldn't you fly Spirit?
I've flown before because you got to pay extra for like your carry-on stuff. You're paying for bags. The seats are small. It's just crappy. It's just not a comfortable situation. If you're sitting in a situation where you have 3 seats on each side and you're in the middle, you're screwed. Whereas like some airlines like American, it's not so bad unless like you're in between like 2 cows or something to that effect.
Right.
People who should have 2 seats, not 1.
I flew Spirit one time. They handed me a wet wipe. They put a life vest over my shoulders and handed me a parachute. And that's when I was like, I can't get back on here, you know. I can't do Spirit Airlines.
I didn't think it was that bad, but here's the thing. Also, it's when you're flying, why would you want to pay for the cheapest flight?
Right.
It's like, are you asking for a potential situation? But then again, I guess too, you could be in one of these. You could be on a more expensive flight and be on a Boeing or something. So I guess it really doesn't matter. You're kind of gambling, going up in the air.
Yeah, I definitely want the most expensive. Well, not the most expensive, but I definitely don't want the cheapest flight. What's
the other one? There's the other one that competes with Spirit.
Frontier?
Frontier, yeah. That's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like getting a cheap tattoo. You get what you pay for.
The Trump administration barred Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas from attending the UN General Assembly in September, heightening tensions with the Palestinian leadership. Do you support war with Palestine?
I don't support war.
What?
I told you that earlier, man. I do not support war, and I think this stuff is like
Rice,
this conversation would be like something.
Rice, you damn near punched somebody at an NFT concert. You're like, I don't support war.
But I did tell you too, I try not to get violent. Like that's a last resort for me. I don't just jump to that shit generally. It sometimes it happens, but generally speaking. But when it comes to like kinetic pew shooting guns at each other, I'm not a fan of that.
Speaker at the NFT conference.
That still doesn't mean I condone people shooting each other. I really don't. Like this war stuff is just really crazy. And then like, I mean, to talk about like I'm doing a lot of research on Israel and I'm not sure what to think.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm pro anything else though. I don't think this shit should be happening. I think we need to stop wars. I don't think that we need to allow these wars to continue. I was trying to watch this Bibi Netanyahu interview on PBD, but I feel like it's just propaganda bullshit. PBD. Patrick Bet David interviewed him.
Oh, okay.
And it just felt like propaganda, man. I'm looking into revisionist
Wait, what
history.
sounded like propaganda? The guy on PBD or PBD?
Just the entire interview, like like the questions that were asked. Because I'm sure that if you're going to interview someone like Bibi Netanyahu, that you're going to have to submit the questions in advance. I'm sure it's not going to be one of these things where he's just going to go in there blindly and just answer whatever questions are said.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like listening to what I heard just felt like bullshit and propaganda. It just didn't seem like it was the truth. And it's just been happening for so long. There's no reason anybody in the United States should support any of it. Like, there's no reason why we should take any sides.
Okay.
There's no reason why we should be supporting it, like monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason that it's not illegal to burn another country's flag in the United States except for Israel flag.
Well, he did the United States flag too.
Yeah, well, you had to, because you can't make it legal to burn the American flag in America, but not burn that's kind of saying something.
Mm.
And I'm also been trying to read. It's very dense.
Was that official? He did that for the Israeli flag?
I believe so, or it's something that's being done.
I mean, I heard he say, she say. I haven't saw anything. It might exist. I don't know, but I didn't look it up myself.
It may be an executive order. I mean, they're also talking about like anti-Semitic talk and things like that, which means that you can't even like be critical. You know, like you can't use critical thinking and speak critically out loud, which is not a good thing. And you know, the fact that a lot of our politicians are being funded by AIPAC. A lot of our politicians are dual citizens. When they just had this break, the majority of Congress and Senate were in Israel.
Uh-oh.
It's just
you know, the United States takes more money from Qatar than Israel.
Yeah, but we give more money to Israel than we do to Qatar.
We have closer ties with Israel. We created Israel.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting into the revisionist history. I'm not saying Kanye was right.
Kanye was definitely not right.
But Kanye is on to something.
No, he's not. He was way off.
There's some things that I can,
so far off. He's not even close to the
And
truth.
I'm not racist. I'm not like that. You know, I'm not like.
No, I get it. But as someone who studied the subject, he's not even close.
Well,
he's not even close.
Until I have.
Have you ever read the British Palestine Mandate?
No,
I'll send you a copy.
Is this something that's before the Balfour? Is this before the Balfour Declaration or after?
Post.
Okay.
Post Balfour Declaration.
Because you can look into the Balfour Declaration, you can then look into the
Balfour Declaration. Look into
fake
news
agreement in Germany.
The Balfour Declaration's fake news. That's not gonna. You're not gonna get anywhere with the Balfour Declaration. That is a right-wing talking point that means nothing. If you want to know the truth, you have to read the British Palestine Mandate.
Yeah,
I'll send you a copy.
Yeah, send me.
Read that. Okay, that is a primary
digital
source.
link.
I'll send you the PDF.
Okay, Cool.
It is a
Yeah, yeah.
primary source that was written by the British Empire at that time, and they tell you exactly how Israel came to be and what it is meant for. That's what you should go off of, because it's Britain that helped create Israel in the United States.
Right, but at the same time, it was also Rothschilds who were British,
Yes. Well, they're German, but they're British. Yes.
but they were British citizens at the time.
right.
So
Yes.
but the
That means
Rothschilds,
nothing.
it means something.
What does it mean?
That's a long discussion. That's
It means
really a long
nothing.
discussion.
I'm telling you, it means nothing. All you said was some rich guy did something.
No, I mean the rich guy was Jewish,
Okay, so
setting up the setup of the German of the Jewish state.
okay, so what's the problem with that?
It's kind of going into like who is and who isn't Jewish.
What?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I'm trying to do some better research before I talk about this kind of stuff publicly, because I'm not trying to come off as like a bigot or somebody who doesn't know what he's talking about.
I've thoroughly researced this subject, and
We could talk about it privately, because I would love to, like, and then
I'm going to tell you now is the same thing I'm going to tell you privately. If a rich Jew created a Jewish nation, it kind of like, I don't see the problem with that. Because I'm a black guy trying to create a black nation, or if I'm a Chinese guy, I'd want to create a Chinese nation. It kind of tracks, right? So people go, oh, a Jew created a Jewish nation. I'm go, okay, so what exactly is the problem with that?
But was land not taken away from some entity to give this land to the said Jews to have a country?
No.
And I mean, again,
that is fake news.
100% fake news.
That is 100% fake news.
And because here's the thing,
and I'm going to tell you why.
I'm starting to understand that not everything that I was taught in the school system is 100% correct.
I'm going to tell you why. The Ottoman Empire lost the war. And that land that is so-called Palestine was split between the French and the British.
Because they wanted
the
World
French
War
got the Syrian land, and Britain got the Palestinian land. So that land was already in British hands, and the Brits already wanted conquest of pretty much the entire world. I mean, they took over India, they took over Japan, they took over Korea. Like, there's not a single place that the British Empire has not gone and tried to conquer. China. So to say that, oh, this land is special because the British conquered it. No, they conquered everything. Like that's what they were doing. They were literally, Spain got South America and the Brits got everything else, right?
Yeah, like colonialization.
This is basic history. So that land was already British land once it was in British lands. And in fact, before Nathan Rothschild, or it wasn't even Nathan Rothschild, this is the other Rothschild.
Yeah, I can't remember his first name.
Before he decides to take the land, Britain had already decided to use Jews as an excuse to take that land. Wait till I send you the British mandate. I've done the research on this stuff.
No, I like to check it out.
I've been waiting for somebody to try and debate me so I could ether them. So I can't give out everything tonight. But
no,
I could ether somebody with like one factoid, because I went down this rabbit hole deeply because
Did you look into the transfer agreement at all? Are you familiar with that?
Which transfer agreement?
It's in Germany.
Which one?
In the early 1930s. There was only like really the main one. I think it was like 31 or 33.
What's it called?
The transfer agreement, I believe.
No, it has a name.
I don't believe it does.
There is the transfer agreement?
Hold on. It's trying to pull up a fucking book here.
That's a book.
No, it's not a book.
That's a book.
Pull up 19. It's called the Havara Agreement.
Okay, now we're getting closer to
the truth. Yes. Are you familiar with the Havara? Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now you're getting closer to the truth.
Okay. Because that was something I wasn't very familiar with.
That is absolutely a real thing.
And that's where Hitler
made a pact
but Hitler and Germany decided they didn't want Jewish people in their country anymore.
Right. So they were going to help transport them. to that land.
And it was for
there were certain rules, such
like,
as you had to keep your stuff here in Germany. You were not allowed to take anything with you, but you could get a stipend once you got there,
like a
for the value of the
repatriation.
goods. Yes, repatriation. Correct. Yes,
Right.
I am familiar with that. Yeah.
And then after that, because I think that lasted for like 3 years or so, something like that. It was when did World War II start, and the supposed all the other stuff that happened in Germany with Jews?
What is it? 41, 42?
So it's like, why would you give somebody you hate, in a sense, in that capacity, a chance to leave?
Well, he just wanted him out of the country.
Right. I mean, it was peaceful. It's peaceful as hell.
Yeah, but he wanted.
Also started looking at, like, I mean, just revisionist history, man. It's like everything that we've been taught is not true. And obviously, with that agreement that I brought up with you, that I know of as a transfer agreement,
right?
So I'm somewhat in like
you're in the right
direction. That's where. But some of the stuff I don't feel completely comfortable talking about because I haven't done enough research. When I say publicly, I wouldn't mind saying it to you privately.
Have you read Alexander Solzhenitsyn?
Not familiar.
You got to read Alexander Solzhenitsyn. If you don't read Alexander Solzhenitsyn and the British Palestine Mandate, you'll never be educated on this history.
Well, the thing I was trying to read, that I was mentioning, is Whitney Webb's One Nation Under Blackmail.
No.
Have you gone down that rabbit hole though?
No, listen. Once you mention somebody that is part of our time period, you're not getting real information. You're getting some journalists trying to draw lines. You have to go to people who actually lived in the time period and know what they're talking about. You got to go to primary sources.
Definitely send me this information, man.
British Palestine Mandate. Primary sources. Do not get secondhand sources. Well, I'm not here to diss Whitney Webb, but if you want to study the subject, you got to go to Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Okay, and I will, but I will just on defense of Whitney Webb. At the end of every chapter is a mess of citations. At the end of the book is a mess. She cites more stuff than I've seen anybody ever cite anything. Period. She does impeccable research.
I love her research,
but I get what you're saying, because you're going to get a distorted view because you weren't there during what actually happened, and also. It's like trying to piece together.
Alexander Solzhenitsyn was born in 1918. He died in 2008. He was raised in Russia. You got to go to the old people when you want this information. You got to go to people that's dead when you want this information. Go study Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and I'll send you a copy of the British Palestine Mandate. I did a whole presentation on this, and I fucked
your YouTube channel or where?
On my Kick. And my chat was like, oh shit. They were like, yo, we never knew that. The first 3 chapters of the British Palestine Mandate.
Well, I mean, just a synopsis, a summary, good or bad.
There is no good or bad.
It's just gray.
It just is. Okay. It's the British Empire colonizing.
But there was no, from your perspective and your research, there was no nefarious purpose in this.
I mean, everything the British Empire did was nefarious.
Okay.
From my perspective.
Fair enough. So you were not like pro British Empire in that aspect.
In some ways I am. In some ways it's like, because I am a conscript of the Western Empire, I kind of have to cheer for them. Because it's like, I'm not a part of somebody else's nation. I'm a part of this nation.
So I kind of got nation.
And that's different. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be funny.
But like, when you say nefarious, it's kind of like, it's hard to judge, because if the British Empire didn't do what they did, I don't think they would survive.
In what aspect, though? I mean, you're not talking about specifically.
I mean, there's no natural resources really in Europe. Like, Europe survives off of the natural resources of other people. So if they don't conquer, do they really survive?
For them to expand their empire, they would need to do what they did. But otherwise, they didn't need to necessarily expand their empire. They could have done, bilateral trade agreements or whatever the situation might have been that would have been more positive in that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look like their history in India, Like they completely raped India.
I mean, not just, I mean, pretty much any country that they colonized. I mean, I guess ones that didn't become part of technically part of the British Empire. Because like I look at Australia and Canada, I'm not sure if New Zealand's in that category or not, as being
It is.
kind of like a part of the fold.
Yeah.
But India wasn't a part of the fold. They were just colonized. It was their property, but they didn't like invite the culture, nothing like that, to be like a part of, from my perspective. And I knew some people from England that were like really, really racist towards like Pakistani people, which is similar, not necessarily India, but they're
India did a lot of adopting of English culture. In fact, just like Japan, China, adoption of European culture meant you were modern. You were in a modern world. That was kind of like a thing,
right?
You know, but yeah, you know, like as far as the whole Israeli thing, like, is Israel a good guy? I don't know. Are they a bad guy? I don't know. But here's how I look at it. I look at it from a black perspective. The first people on this planet to rape, desecrate, and castrate my lineage was the Arab. It wasn't the Jew. In modern times, you know who's been most kind to me out of all the races? The Jew. I was screwed over by a Palestinian in a business deal. A Jew has never done me wrong in a business deal. I've had better relationships with Jews than I have with white people.
And I hope nothing that I have said is like giving anybody the impression that I don't like Jewish people, because
no, I don't think so.
Okay, because
I don't think so.
Like Madi Greenspan, are you familiar with him?
No.
Quantum economics. He's a guy in the crypto space, but he used to work for eToro as a trader. Cool dude. He lives in Israel, so he kind of gives me his perspective.
eToro is an Israeli project. Yeah.
As well as I think the majority of all of our VPNs.
Well, more than that.
it's like a collection of information going on over there.
Israelis it's like a technology powerhouse.
BB was saying that it's the 6 eyes of the 5 eyes.
Absolutely.
Because it helps the 5 eyes with all their intel.
Israel has, like, people talk about Silicon Valley. I don't think Silicon Valley can compete with Israel Valley.
Israeli intelligence, it's a combination of all the above.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's sometimes that's the thing with Israeli intelligence. It's almost hard to like kind of target what part of the intelligence of Israel that you're talking about, because and everybody assumes when you say Israeli intelligence, you mean Mossad,
right? Which
is not true.
Okay,
it's just part of, you know, because I think there's like, I'm not sure of all the terms.
Yeah.
I think IDF might be one. I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's Israeli Defense Forces.
So I know there's multiple intelligence agencies in Israel. So to equate it all to Mossad it would be incorrect.
Right.
Which is why, like, some people, when they talk about Epstein and him being a possible Israeli agent, going back to the Whitney Webb thing, people were insinuating that Whitney Webb was saying that he was a Mossad agent. She's saying, I'm not saying he's a Mossad agent. I'm saying he's an intelligence asset. He's an Israeli intelligent asset, but I'm not saying he's an asset for Mossad.
I had a gentleman on 2 weeks ago. I'm drawing a blank now on his name. Damn, what the fuck is his name? Aaron Day. Aaron Day came on.
Yeah, Aaron's good people. He's been on my show.
He's doing a deep dive into that whole thing, and I told him I wanted to read the Epstein. Epstein, the Israel connection. I told him I want to read all of that. I want to know about it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring him back.
I'm glad that he's. I love what he's been doing about bringing about awareness with like the CBDCs and stable coins, but I'm glad that he's like branching his research out in other areas. Because in a sense, you're screwed when it comes to that. You can warn people all you want, it's coming. So it's like warning people who don't want to listen it's not really effective.
It's so technical, it's even hard to explain to people.
To a degree, but yeah.
Because most people don't even know that there's a stable coin. They don't need. You say stable coin, they're like, "What? What are you talking about?"
It's because they haven't technically like made their way to the mainstream, but it's coming.
It's coming.
It's almost going to be like the late 1800s when we didn't have a central bank in the United States and we issued currencies locally.
Yeah.
Via banks and stuff. So, because
Mhm.
as long as the bank can back up said stable coins with the correct collateral, which per the U.S. government is their treasuries, because they need buyers. Yeah,
That's exactly what's going to happen. I think so. The way I know you got to go, but the way I look at it is good for the dollar, bad for our sovereignty. So our dollar is going to pump, but our sovereignty is going to dump.
it's
And
not necessarily pump. Here's the thing: if other countries stop using the dollar, those dollars will start coming back to the United States. The
okay,
more dollars that come back to the United States, the worse the inflation is going to get.
okay,
Could even be hyperinflationary. So in
Right.
order to save the dollar, they had to do this Genius Act.
correct.
If they didn't do the Genius Act, we would have been screwed
That's
as a
correct.
country.
That's correct.
But see, like I've seen videos. George Gammon from the Rebel Capitalist, he had done something where he went down to, I can't remember which country in South America last year, and he was doing this thing as a test of trying to just use Bitcoin, gold, and dollars, or no dollars, Bitcoin and gold. And he was running into a situation where the majority of people wanted dollars, which is what he was trying to avoid. But then but in listening to other people in other countries, the dollar is a lot more valuable than their local currencies.
Right.
So by allowing for people in Africa and South America and stuff that and some of these Asian countries to have access to a digital dollar without like a middleman, technically, like a government stopping them, it's going to give dominance of the dollar.
Correct. And that's the key to hold stablecoin is exporting the dollar to many nations and destabilizing other nations in their currency. Yeah.
No, that doesn't mean that we're not going to see like a BRICS nation currency that won't compete against the dollar, and the dollar could.
We won't.
Well, the dollar could lose its global reserve position.
There's no.
But
BRICS
if it
coin
did, it would be
coming.
it would be a slow process.
There will
Because
never be a BRICS.
Even when it went from England to the U.S., it just didn't like England one day, U.S. the next day. There was like a transition that took place. It wasn't like one day everybody woke up and said, "No more, we're not going to use the British pound anymore. We're just going to use U.S. dollars." It didn't happen like that. It was a transition.
Well,
but prior to the U.S. dollar,
I don't remember the euro being the shit.
The British pound was the world reserve currency prior to the dollar and the Bretton Woods Agreement.
When?
In the early 1900s, and when they colonized the world, when they had India.
Okay, got you. Okay, then all right.
But it was from the like 1600s, 1700s until.
Yes. Okay. I think you're talking about modern times. I'm like,
right, and it still took from like the end of World War I-ish until Bretton Woods, which was still like 20 years or so for that transition to take place. So
yes,
we don't know. We don't know what's going to be created, what another nation's going to do. Because if another nation puts out a gold-backed currency, there would be no reason for any people not to want to use that.
Yeah, maybe.
This is a question that, or a statement that a lot of people in crypto would hate to hear. But if we had a gold-backed dollar, we wouldn't need a Bitcoin. Isn't that why Bitcoin was created? Is because of the fiat system? From my perspective and understanding.
See, I think the gold-backed currency is why we got here in the first place.
Well, we were spending more money than we had.
Well, the Bretton Woods Agreement was literally when gold was extracted from the United States because it was backed by gold. The Bretton Woods Agreement was a gold extraction.
Right. That's why I said the dollar was good as gold.
Right. But that led us to the point where we are now, where there's no backing.
It's because they took away the backing because they were exceeding the spending of what they had. So in order to spend more than it could spend, they had to figure out a way of how can we spend more money than we got. I think in 2001 was the last year that I heard recently that we ran a surplus. Which is crazy to think about that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Gold is PSYOP, right? So before you even get the Bretton Woods Agreement, you got to understand that gold is PSYOP. right? Are you familiar with that?
No, I mean, I thought gold has proven itself through history as being kind of the
So what
basis
you
of
gotta
money.
type in, you gotta go to Google, you gotta type in the crime of 1873? Yeah. The Coinage Act of 1873 or the crime of 1873. And that's where we move from silver to gold. So gold wasn't even that dude. Okay. It was silver that was that dude. And they put us on gold and it was because we were on a bimetallic system. It's a really good book on this by Murray Rothbard called the
The Austrian economic guy.
yeah.
Yeah, Murray.
Murray Rothbard, United States History of Money or something like that.
Okay.
It's got a green cover on it. I forget the name, but you should probably read that. It's really good.
I mean, I knew about the silver system, but it seemed that gold was always, from what I can tell from history,
gold was more reserve, silver was more currency.
yeah, which would have made gold the big dog. It's like Bitcoin being gold and Doge being silver.
Yeah, something like that.
Because with Gresham's law, you don't want to. It's bad money drives out good money, so people
Right.
would rather spend the silver than the gold. Which that's where the gold was the reserve. And in a sense, Bitcoin, even though it's said to be peer-to-peer cash, has become what you're saying gold is. And then cryptocurrency. That's why a lot of people don't call Bitcoin a cryptocurrency, even though it's technically a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it
would be crypto money, but
it's
the
an asset
volatility.
now.
Yeah.
It's an asset now. And I kind of like it as an asset. I don't want to, even though I don't have any.
I would rather it be a what's the word? A currency.
Yeah.
So that if I was to own it and trade it, I wouldn't have like these things that they call capital gains taxes and things to that effect.
Yeah.
Because with the forex trading, which all that is just trading foreign currencies against one another. It's tax. There's no taxes.
Okay.
You could trade all day and night long. You can make a shit ton of money if you're able to do that, and it's not taxable.
Okay.
Because they can't tax a currency.
Yeah.
That's that they would like the United States would never make Bitcoin a currency.
I don't know. I've always had a hard time wrapping my mind around this whole spending crypto thing. And it never seemed feasible to me.
I mean, the one thing I will leave people with, which, we can have a separate discussion about this, is why would the individual or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto create something to be peer-to-peer cash, but create it as the most limited asset at the same time, knowing things like from an economic standpoint of Gresham's law, how bad money pushes out good money, where you wouldn't want to use it. That's why I've always told people, if I was to use a cryptocurrency for everyday transactions, it would be an inflationary cryptocurrency, one that doesn't have a market, like a total supply.
Yeah.
Ethereum doesn't have a total supply. Now, I mean, technically there could be more value in Ethereum, but Dogecoin is the perfect coin to go buy your coffee, get gas.
But what about the NSA and the NSA paper? Didn't they create cryptocurrency before Satoshi?
Oh, there was other people that created it too. I mean, you got to go back to like 1982 or like even before that. David Chaum, Chaum. David Chaum is listed. Like when you hear a lot of things in Bitcoin technical talks about Chaumian things, like Chaumian mints and things, they're using this language. Let me read from his. Let me read something. This is pretty crazy that a lot of people don't realize about one person.
Okay.
David Chaum. He is an American computer scientist, cryptographer, and inventor. He is known as the pioneer in cryptography and privacy-preserving technologies and widely recognized as the inventor of digital cash. His 1982 dissertation paper, it's got a long name. It's the first known proposal for a blockchain protocol. 1982.
Okay.
It was complete with the code to implement the protocol.
Mm.
Chaum's dissertation proposed all but one element of the blockchain, later detailed in the Bitcoin white paper. He has been referred to as the father of online anonymity and the godfather of cryptocurrency.
Mm.
In 82, he wrote a paper and the code that included all but one element. You know what that one element was that nobody could figure out until the Bitcoin white paper?
What?
Was the double spend with the combination of the rest.
Okay.
So it was like kind of taking all these different technologies from all these different cryptographers, and then also like NSA encryption with SHA-256, putting it all together, like kind of amalgamating, like putting together all these different technologies to create this, because David Chaum had created eCash, and it was like out in the 90s, but it was centralized. But I think they were working with like Deutsche Bank, I think, and maybe JP Morgan.
Okay.
There were things that came out of it. And then after all that with eCash in the early 2000, 2007-ish, you had your Nick Szabo doing shit. You had Adam Back releasing information. I'm not sure if he tried to put a coin out, but Adam Back, I can't remember who saw the double spend. It might have been Adam Back. I can't remember. But whoever saw the double spin when it was combined with Chaum's research. And that's the thing that people don't talk about with the Satoshi thing, is that one guy in 1982 wrote the entire code. Now, me being 50, in 1982, I would have been 7. There were computers, but it wasn't like easy access for most people to get computers. So it's crazy to think about some guy writing.
He used AI.
In 82?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, the Fed just came out recently and said that they've been using machine learning to snoop on our transactions.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah.
But it's hard to, I mean, all they have to do is like get the bank information to give you what your transactions are. I mean, it's not like it's illegal. All that shit has to be provided. That's why we go through that KYC AML thing.
Yeah. Bank Secrecy Act and all that. Yeah.
I mean, I think I heard something about Trump trying to lift or got rid of the $600 reporting thing for like your PayPals and Cash App.
Oh yeah, they got destroyed.
But it doesn't matter.
It actually got lowered.
Right, but it doesn't matter when you have, like, even when they're talking about certain people from the IRS leaving or getting rid of the IRS, when they have a system with stable coins, which is programmable money, and you know that from Aaron Day, you don't need the IRS. That's just a middleman you don't need, because you can use smart contracts to do all this stuff. Yeah,
I think they serve more of as, you're right. Like, technically you don't need them, but I think they serve more as a cat's paw. You know, they're just a scapegoat. Like, hey, yo, it's the IRS, and we gotta do something about IRS. But really, like, you know, like, come on, dog. Like, you're just using them as a proxy.
Well, you're hearing states talking about getting rid of state taxes or stuff like that. There's things that are being said in regards to it. So it just makes me question, you know, like how they're, because we definitely see I see a lot of what's going on in government being replaced with AI. And you know,
well, everywhere's gonna, there's a massive downsizing going on because you don't need as many people doing the same jobs, because AI can help one person do a million different things faster.
It's crazy.
Which I think should happen. You know, I think that's par for the course and makes people have to be better, you know.
It's gonna be an interesting world. I'm just glad I'm 50 now.
Yeah. Rice, I'm going to bed.
Dude, I appreciate you having me on, man. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Amazing conversation. Amazing conversation. Thank you.
We gotta do it again.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll come on your channel and, you know, we can.
I definitely want to have that conversation I was telling you about. I want to understand your spiritual beliefs, like where you think when it comes to, is there a God, and what your thoughts are on that, and where you got the name Hotep Jesus, and kind of go from there.
We could do that.
I look into some things with like the Moors. I look into some things with like possible prehistory of North America and who might have been here before we came here. Also look into some stuff like, are you familiar with the big-headed doctor? Yakub. I think Yakub's my homeboy for one, but yeah, I would like to. I've been going down that rabbit hole too, so I would love to discuss that with you.
Let's do it, man. Let me know. I'm live every day at 2 p.m.
I see
Eastern.
that. Yeah.
So, if we can get something around that, maybe on the weekend, I'm down.
Yeah, dude, I'll work with you. I just don't have that conversation because it's something I'm curious about.
Let's lock in something on the weekend.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I love talking about.
We could do something next weekend if you're going to be available.
Let's do it next week.
I'll message you and we'll get it set up.
Let's next Saturday.
Okay.
I want to talk about God and spirituality.
I would love that.
And Yakub.
It'll be recorded. So
that's fine.
Know, but
yeah, that's fine. And you can catch me out there and say, "You said this. I have it on tape." You know what I'm saying?
I want your videographer dude's name and number.
Justin Lopez.
Yeah, but I need his number, so just hit me up with his contact info. Ask him if it's cool.
All right, got you.
I want to get him to dig up that film of us dancing.
He's not going to do it.
I will. No, he won't do it because you won't allow him to do it at this point. But it exists and it happened.
That's facts. I will not allow him. To
Actually,
do it.
I probably I think that you probably texted Justin while we were talking, telling him
no, sir,
to deny everything.
No, sir,
and make me look like a jackass over here. But
no, sir, that didn't happen.
It's your show, so I'll let it go.
I will see you next Saturday, bro.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Much love.
We all know Pepe. But what about his alter ego? Born from pages 143 and 154 of Boys Club. Dripped in confidence. Powered by vibes. This is Peasy.
Hello, friends. You're probably wondering, what is David holding right now? I'm holding Apu Apustaja, the most used meme on the internet. But it's not just a meme coin. It's a community with real friends. Friends who have uncontrollable fun together. Friends who have unconditional love for each other. And friends who rally behind the frog 24/7. Because who would choose to win alone in life when you can win with all your friends?